Hey everyone, we decided to do an impromptu video because we're in this beautiful park and we were having an amazing conversation and
amazing.
Oh yeah, that too. And matcha, which we ordered hot, and then when we got up there we were like, it's really warm outside, we should get
in the sun, not in the shade. You don't need a sweater.
No,
so
beautiful.
You don't need a steaming hot matcha. So we were like, man, we should get these iced. And then
she's like, oh yeah, they're iced.
I'm like, of course. Great. We asked for it and it happened. Boom. Magical instant manifestation.
What? Is that what we're talking about today?
We were talking about words.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit jealous of your almond croissant. I got a butter one because butter is better. And
or 10.
Or 8.
Okay.
So words.
Some backstory.
Yep. Get some context, girl.
I don't read a lot to my daughter, and all I read.
A lot by your terms.
All I read about is that you're supposed to read to your kids constantly, and we do read to her, just not all the time. And how we were looking through we're supposed to go back to that toy place. Anyway, we were looking at a toy magazine
catalog
with a bunch of babies and humans and kids and playing with these toys, and she loves it. She calls it baby.
Like bright, vibrant, colorful, like marbles and I don't know, just
rainbows
stuff that's and music
blocks
and yeah, like stuff you build with, right? Like creative. Fun.
They're called fat brain toys. This isn't a plug, but so they're good for the brain, right?
To me, they seem good for the soul.
Yeah, like a soul.
I was like, these are fun. I want to play with these.
So this is the shift show, right? So what is the shift? So I'm telling M, my psych girl, who and I was feeling guilty. It was the mom guilt, like, oh, I should read more. We should really like set up a time every day, morning and night, where we read all the time. And she said,
oh, I'm up. So what was interesting to me is, and let me see, when I shifted away from mind and was actually in design school for a minute, I was reading about how powerful visual literacy is, and that we have untrained ourselves from it because of just how we have been as a society, and then maybe the culture that's been dominating, if you will, if I can use that word, I don't know. And I really started thinking about, like, from my background, when I used to assess intelligence, it was so verbally loaded. And how amazing visual intelligence, that's
visual
the word,
learning, visual
experience, exactly, visual language too, is, and how really back, like, in the day, that's how we communicated, right? Like, we looked at the sun to know what time it was.
Right.
We experienced, I mean, it's just, and we knew inside, and like even like looking at like hieroglyphics, right? Like that's a different way of communicating, and so awesome that like kids can bring us into this world to bring us back to remember like this is just as important and just as magical, like you silly boring adults. Get closer. Get closer to the magic. Yeah. It's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's what we're about.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, and not to say that like I love language. I love writing, right? Like it brings me creative expression. Right. And that's okay.
Yeah. Because that's your experience, and that has been your experience throughout life, and it feels good to your soul, right? Like it.
Yeah. And it also is like I write very differently than you write too. So like one of the things about like telling people you need to write a certain way, it's like teaching grammar and blah blah blah. Like, no, to me writing is stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
You know,
it's your inner voice.
It's some sort of like that comes through me too.
Elizabeth Gilbert has a really beautiful TED talk about that. Yeah, how it like chases you.
Yeah.
And pins you down to your desk and like comes through you, through your hands onto paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it feels, right?
And we all have that within us.
Totally.
Right?
And
we
there's
have
nothing
it
to say
verbally and we have it visually.
Yeah.
Like we have all of that.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the holistic being that we are. And how amazing to remember to tap into both, because that is even more magical, right? Like if you can get into all of it in your own time, your own spirit, your own voice, like.
And there's no schedule, right? Like I was in pediatrics for 7 years, and there was a schedule. Every metric, every month that they came in for a checkup, they had to meet certain metrics. And we're not robots.
No,
we're human beings. Even the babies are. And
I mean, we're collectively we have an experience, right?
Right.
And then it gets. I was like, "Are you farting?"
I'm not farting.
I thought you were lifting up your chin. Anyway.
It's
right,
a collective
like collectively we can look at when people typically, you know, make milestones or whatever, and really
it doesn't
there's
matter.
nothing wrong with you if you meet them differently in different times in different ways. Like that's who we are. Like that's the cool thing is.
Can you take that off? It's doing something to my skin. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know what that was. Maybe a little extraterrestrial.
It could have been. He was like, "Hey," or they.
Oh yeah. So in a different, maybe another shift that is happening. So 2020 had us only looking. Oh, okay.
We just got a little text message. Excuse us, refocusing.
At people's eyes, right? And so it was a very visual year for us. And my belief system is in this idea that eventually we're not going to have to use this and these to speak to each other. And it's most definitely how I communicate with my child, have been since she was in my womb. And
your wombsicle?
My wombsicle. And it's what I believe is what we are going towards, right? Like telepathy. And
like when you say someone's reading your mind, you're like, how'd that happen? Wait a second, I just thought that, and and it's even not even thought, like it's just gonna be like
I felt that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like soul, it's gonna be heart. It's like your inner voice, not your just
not
an
your
itch.
mind voice. I know. It's a little bit more than an itch.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that, I don't know. Anyway.
You got an alien nibble?
I did.
Yeah. Thanks, alien.
Let's wrap it up.
Oh,
Visual learning.
Yeah. As some people might say, what are the takeaways? Or to me, I would rather say like sparkle nuggets.
Yes, sparkle nuggets.
Sparkle notes. Yeah. Allow people, beings,
people,
to
all
communicate,
people of all ages,
communicate, experience, and be in all the ways.
Be in their own time, even though time doesn't.
Well, be themselves.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's.
And if it aligns with my daughter to look at picture books without
words. Who doesn't
words?
want to look at fucking picture books? We all got to chapter books and we were like, dang it!
Yes.
But like just to not assume intelligence in a certain way.
Yeah. There you go.
Like,
that's it.
Just we are all
and
bright,
to not celebrate and honor
shining
and cherish intelligence in a certain way.
Yeah. And you have no greater like power or worth because of that, right? Like everyone is their own beautiful sun shining bright light and a magical superstar in their own way. And when you shine bright, 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 it doesn't mean you're dimming anyone else's light. So just shine out of yourself.
Yeah.
And everybody around you will shine brighter because of that.
Yeah. It really does work that way.
Those are some sparkle bumps, sparkle notes, sparkle
memos.
Sparkle.
sparkle nuggets.
Sparkle nuggets.
She's a sparkle seeker. Check out our website. You'll see it on there. Thanks for joining us.
We love you.
Love you.
Have
Bye.
some croissants.
Croissant.